Hello and welcome to the second channel for Tales from the Trip. I'm your host, Trip Keeper, and on today's video, I thought I'd do an interesting topic where I talk about conspiracy theories and if I believe them or not. Now, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with the Illuminati, the Bohemian Grove. I would just watch Mark Dice videos all the time. But I've definitely grown out of that phase because, there are certainly, some things that they were saying were just mind-boggling that they actually believe it, but there are some things that are still true. There's some things that are right. I'm not going to say everything is wrong, but there are definitely some really right things and some really wrong things. So I'm going to come on here and talk about these 11 conspiracy theories, and give my thoughts on it, if I believe them, if I don't believe them, what I think is true, what I don't think is true. And sit in your fucking chair while I'm recording. My fucking wife. I'm telling you, I literally told her I was recording, and here she comes again, tapping on my shoulder. What do you want? I want to be happy. Well, that's too fucking bad. You're going to be sad for the rest of your fucking life. Unless we get a divorce. Please, let me get a divorce from you. I don't like you. See, the problem with my wife here is that I proposed to her in 2 weeks after I met her. And yeah, I'm talking about you. It was 2 weeks. Yeah, it was that fast. Oh, you don't remember? No fucking surprise. You don't remember how to fucking park a car, for Christ's sake. Jeez. Enough talking about my wife. I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack just talking about it. Fuck this shit. All right. I'm gonna go. All right, I'm back. We're gonna talk about these conspiracy theories, and this might be a pretty interesting video. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'm talking really fast. Blah, blah, blah. I got my Miller High Lifes. I got one left. I opened this one after I finished this one. For my beer tier list, you guys knew that I put it in S tier, top tier beer. I got home from work a half an hour ago, and I was thinking about what to do. I'm like, oh, this could be good. I was also thinking about doing my opinions on Mandela effects and what I think about that. So if you want to put that in the comments, be like, hey, do that video, then I will. But if there's not enough people, I'm not going to, waste my time with it. And this video might not even get that many views, but at least it'll be interesting for me. And that's what the second channel is about. I don't care, really. I mean, I want it to get some views. I don't want to just post and get nothing. That would just be a waste. But yeah, I got to make it really interesting for myself and interesting for you guys if you're interested. I know there's people out there who love this channel even way more than my main channel, and I appreciate that. That's a compliment to me. You're not hurting my feelings if you think this channel is better than my other one. I actually, honestly, I like that. I actually prefer that. I'm because with reading stories, I like doing that. It's good to spread the message out, but sometimes it can get a little draining. But this, I could actually talk about whatever I want, do whatever. And yeah, I haven't been able to do a video. I was just recently in Detroit the other day. That was pretty fun. Went to the MGM Grand. That was great. A lot of people say Detroit's a bad city. At least where I was at, it was not bad. I actually thought I felt pretty safe the whole time. Even when I was on the 5th floor of the parking garage, I was like, you know what? I feel pretty safe here. But I did go down. All right, skip to whenever I start talking about this because I don't know when I'm going to start the conspiracies. But I'll try to get after this. But I went in there. Showed him my ID to the casino. And I'm like, yeah, where's the hotel lobby? I want to tell them that I'm here so I can check in when the time comes. It was 12 o'clock. And she's like, you got a duffel bag? Or you got stuff you got to bring down? I'm like, yeah, I got a duffel bag. She's like, oh, you better bring that. So I'm like, oh, shit, is it bad to leave it there? She's like, hey, you might want to bring it down. So I went back up the stairs, the elevator, and I went back up to my car, and I brought the duffel bag down. I walked it through the casino, and, seriously, I could have brought whatever I wanted in there. I just opened the top of it, and she looked at it and saw clothes. What if I was hiding a gun in there? They would never know. That. I mean, it was a great casino, don't get me wrong, but you might want to have some more security measures there. But yeah, I was unharmed. It was a beautiful time. I got the most expensive room because I wanted to treat myself. I did not get any drinks from the bar in the room. Well, not the bar, the fridge, because that shit was stupidly expensive. And they had drinks at the casino anyway. I could have got. So Yeah, I mean, I did take a Red Bull there. It was like $8. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, because I really wanted to be energized. I didn't have coffee or anything. The coffee machine was broken downstairs, so I didn't have any caffeine. I needed a little bit because I had to take a almost 3 hour drive back. And I got a speeding ticket on the way back, so that was kind of fun. I got all these fucking payments. I just paid my damn taxes for the IRS, fucking another tax I gotta pay. And I got a speeding ticket. I don't even know how much it is. I haven't even looked at it. And then I got all these other fucking bills. But let's get into this. I'll try to type on the video when I actually start talking about conspiracy so you guys can skip to it while I was ranting there. But yeah, we're going to get into this right now. So at 5:48 or whatever, because sometimes I put a little 1 second, intro a little bit, not intro, but like 1 second pause before I actually start. So yeah, we're going to put that up there. And yeah, all right, let's get started. This is from teenvogue.com. Shout out Teen Vogue. Don't really care. But the number one conspiracy on here, and like I said, there's 11 that are on this website. I thought that was a perfect thing to do. This is myths about the Holocaust. Right off the bat, the Holocaust happened. I mean, I don't believe any of that. I know if you guys are familiar with sports, I mean, you guys probably heard about this last year when Kyrie Irving started talking about that one fucking movie he watched and he like changed his mind about everything. It's like, that's exactly the type of people you should not be listening to. You watch one thing and it changes your whole mind about everything, even if it's the most absurd shit. Same with the Cat Williams interview. That shit was hilarious, but we'll see if it really is true. Like, there's some things definitely he said that were fucking true. Like Steve Harvey's hairpiece. I fucking believe that was a hairpiece. I mean, it's so fucking obvious. But there's other things, we talk about Ricky Smiley and Cedric the Entertainer. I believe that shit. But he could have been reaching in some areas. But most of all, I think, what he was saying is, there could be some incredible stuff to it. But I don't know. He said that Harvey Weinstein tried to suck his dick, and I kind of believe that. I feel like that's what he would do. He was calling him out before that. So yeah. I'm not going to talk more about that, but that's a really great interview if you didn't watch it. Cat Williams and Shannon Sharpe. That was probably the best interview I've ever listened to. It was just so entertaining the whole way through. From the fucking jump, Cat Williams was just going off. I mean, you get hooked in right away. Even if you have one of those goldfish attention spans from TikTok, you'll get hooked in. And if you don't, well, you should get assigned to like fucking, I don't know. But yeah. All right, I'm just going to read what these say and just go over it. Between 1941 and 1945, 6 million Jews were killed across Europe in a horrific genocide led by Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler. All right, we don't need to actually go over that. We know what the Holocaust is. I just want to see what they have to say about it. This says, one 2014 survey coordinated by the Anti-Defamation League of more than 53,000 people across 100 countries found that only 30% of respondents thought historical accounts of the Holocaust were accurate. Respondents under the age of 65 were more likely to say they didn't believe the Holocaust happened as history books say it did. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense for, the age group, not because, they don't believe it happened, just because the age, because that was after they were born. So, I mean, if anybody, it's going to definitely be before the age of 65. Poor education on the subject may be one explanation for this, but some conspiracy theorists push the anti-Semitic notion that the Holocaust was invented or exaggerated to garner sympathy and monetary gains for Jewish people while serving and advancing Jewish interests. See, I mean, if you believe that and you're watching this video, I'm sorry, but that is it is totally wrong. I mean, we take in history class, you can literally go to Auschwitz and see, you were there, right? My teachers went there, they told us stories about it. You do so many projects on it during school. It would be a pretty elaborate scheme to fucking fake that shit. It would take a lot, just like this other theory that half the country believes. I'm not going to speak on it because I might piss off people, but I'm not going to even talk on it. So I will skip it. But yeah. It's there. I mean, the Holocaust happened. Hitler existed. It's not like Jesus, where you really like, was he there? Was he not? You can't really be 100% certain. But Hitler was there. He was evil. He was a dictator. I don't know why this is even a fucking theory. I mean, this is just outrageous to me. So this is probably one that is probably the not even close to ever being real. That's just crazy to me that people actually believe that. But you know, there's people like Kyrie and Kanye West that say this outlandish shit, and then there's people that try to explain like, oh well, they're saying the right thing, they're just not saying it right. It's like, how many times does a person have to say something wrong to be right, to sound right? You know, it's just like, just say the right thing, just say what you want to say. Don't you know, try to make something else involved with it. Just say what you want to say. I mean, it's not that fucking hard. Just say what you want and get it out. Don't fucking be like, oh, the fucking cheeseburgers at McDonald's make me fucking poop my pants. And you're talking about like Best Buy TVs. Like, you can't do that shit. Let's see. Deborah E. Lipstadt, a historian and professor who has written books on the Holocaust denial, separates Holocaust deniers into two groups. There are hardcore deniers who say the Holocaust didn't happen at all. Then Lipstadt says there are less fervent deniers who may admit the Holocaust happened, but question the official death toll or that gas chambers were used for mass murder. Okay, I can see why the death toll, that's definitely a possibility that could be, you know, faked. I don't know. Not like, you know, deaths where it Ozzy! Shh! I mean, this happened last video. It's definitely a lot of people, you know, if one thing from this conspiracy theory might be true, it could be that. But I'm not going to say nothing because they counted them. They have them in there. But I'm going to say, out of all the things that could possibly in a million years be true, is that. But I don't believe that. The gas chambers were definitely used in there. Yeah, so I don't know. This theory seems outrageous. I still, like, even before this video, I couldn't believe people actually believe that shit. Number 2, the CIA had a hand in JFK's assassination. You know, this could be true. I don't know if it was the CIA. It could have been something else. Like, it could have been fucking, I don't know. You know. No, yeah, the CIA has done a lot of stuff, you know. They're known for that shit, like MK Ultra, you know. They're fucking, it's a prestigious thing, the CIA. But the Whitest Kids You Know, that show with Trevor Moore, one of my favorite shows of all time, they did a skit where Lyndon B. Johnson ordered the hit. And I'm starting to kind of think about that. I'm like, I feel like that might be true too. He wanted to take over, you know, but I don't believe that happened. I do believe that there was someone, you know, it was definitely orchestrated. I don't know if it was the CIA. So I'm going to say it was orchestrated, not by just a random person, but by someone, you know, was told to do it. So yeah, I kind of believe this. I half and half believe it because I don't know if it's the CIA, but that's a big assassination. It was, I mean, it hit them right in the fucking head. They hired somebody good. Number 3, the moon landing was faked. You know, I used to believe this, that it was faked. With Stanley Kubrick, you know, being one of the best directors of all time, directing 2001: A Space Odyssey. He did a really good job with that movie. If you, for some reason, haven't seen it, go watch it. That'd be crazy if you haven't seen it. No, it's not that crazy. I mean, if you're not into movies, you know, you're not going to be watching that shit. But it is a great movie. But yeah, let's see what it says here. William Casing, who is this? William Casing, they don't say who he is. William Casing apparently started writing the book We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 Billion Swindle, as satire, but he ended up fully believing the conspiracy. It's tough to say, you know. Well, the part that you can have on this side that could make it believable is that we haven't gone again yet, and no one has, you know. So that could be one thing that could be, you know, one of the deniers of the moon landing could be like, yeah, well, they haven't gone, but you know, it does cost a lot of money to do that kind of mission. But I feel like, you know, since the fucking moon landing was it was run by a computer that has less shit on our fucking phones, like it's insanity how we got there in the first place. If we did. I'm a little iffy on this too. Like I probably 80% believe we did, but there's a part of me that's like, you know what? it could be faked. I really don't know. Now, maybe, they say Stanley Kubrick because he did that movie. But maybe it was just fucking, I don't know. Maybe there's another director, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with this one just because I do believe it happened. I mean, there's just, I don't know. It's hard to say either way. It's just like religion. Is your religion true or is it not? I mean, you don't know. You weren't there. We don't even know if outer space is real in the first place. You have never been out there. We know the ocean is real. It's there. It's sitting right there in the little watery depths. But no, I believe in space is there. I don't want you guys to think that. But we don't know for sure, though. That's all I'm trying to say. We don't know for sure. Because there's only a couple people that went to the moon and, a team of people that sent them out there. Yeah, what does it say? As recently as 2019, a small survey showed that 10% of Americans still believe the moon landing was a hoax. In 2018, after NBA star Steph Curry said he didn't believe the moon landing, NASA offered him a lunar lab tour. Yeah, I bet he never questioned it after that. I remember Steph was saying that shit. It's hard to say, I believe it. I believe that the moon landing was real, but I'm not 100% certain. I can't say it, just like, anything on here, except the Holocaust that fucking happened. All right, this next one, I wasn't alive for this. Princess Diana's death was no accident. I really don't care about anything about fucking that part of the world, unless it affects us. But she was killed in a car crash in Paris in 1997, 1 year after her divorce from Prince Charles. Conspiracies immediately abounded. The specifics vary, but the crux of most Diana-related theories is this. The car accident that killed her was not an accident. At the time of her death, she was dating Dodi Fayed. Forgive me if I pronounced that wrong. An Egyptian film producer who died in the limo alongside her, who was supposedly planning to propose to Diana the night of the accident. In a court witness statement, Dodi's father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, said they were killed because the monarchy couldn't stand the thought of Diana and Prince Charles' sons, heirs to the British throne, having a stepfather who was Egyptian and Muslim. Dodi's father also claimed Diana was pregnant at the time of the crash. Though the coroner was examined, Diana said she was not. Only the coroner knows. He could have been paid not to say that. I don't know. This accident really does not, I really don't care about it whatsoever. Like, I'm sorry that they died and everything. Like, rest in peace. But it's just like something, it doesn't affect me. Like, there's things, celebrities get in car accidents, maybe one I would like, or has a drug overdose, or just dies unexpectedly. Like, yeah, that affects me some way, but it's not, I never really looked into it. I just know I've watched videos on it, but it is a very popular thing that happened. Here's another theory on it. You guys probably know if you're listening to this, but for me, I really didn't care, like I said. Another theory is that the limo driver, Henry Paul, who was drunk at the time of the accident, intentionally crashed the car, because Paul was the head of security at the Ritz Hotel in Paris, where the couple had departed from just prior to the crash. Conspiracy theorists believe he might have been on a payroll of a National Intelligence Service group that wanted Diana dead. Other theorists believe that Diana's medical care after the crash was deliberately sabotaged. For conspiracy theorists in the U.S., this idea arose from the differences between French and American approaches to emergency care. In France, protocol dictates that emergency medical personnel attempt to stabilize a patient before transferring to the hospital. In the U.S., getting to the hospital is the first priority, because Diana was treated at the scene and not immediately rushed to the nearest hospital. Some think this is proof that she was purposefully killed. Believe what you want about this. Frankly, there's a lot of evidence pointing that it could be true. I don't know. But I'm not going to even say what I feel like about it, because I don't know. I haven't done enough research on it. Like I said, not caring enough. But hey, rest in peace. I'm sorry that they died. So I don't want people to think I'm like a heartless prick or anything. But yeah, that's how I feel. You guys decide. It's 50-50 for me, because I'd have to learn more about it. I'd have to research more. I definitely know the vague information about it, especially from that just now. We got that. But yeah, from that point of view that I have, it's 50-50, because I don't want to give my opinion on something that I am not like for sure 100% about, in my opinion. Not like factual evidence, but just what I feel. Number 5, 9/11 was an inside job. You guys all know this. 9/11. Now, this is tough to say. You know, George Bush, very sketchy. Fucking that Silverstein guy who said pull it for World Trade Center 7 building that collapsed. That was fucking sketchy. But you know, I was listening to this video today, and one of the guys said that the YouTuber said that why would the guy say it on TV, a pre-recorded TV show would say that they would pull it to have it collapse, you know, to have it bombed. You know, I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, he wouldn't say that for sure. Like, but hey, maybe it could be like reverse psychology. Like, if I say this, you might really think it happened, but thinking that, you guys won't believe it, you know? You'll be like, okay, well, why would he say it on TV? But that could just be reverse psychology, like I said. Now, what do I think about this, though? Oh, shit, my beer is foaming. I do believe there's some sort of inside job there. I don't know what, like, who orchestrated it. Well, Bin Laden, you know, he orchestrated it apparently, and that other fucking guy. You know, you know, in my heart, I do believe it was by Al Qaeda. You know, I think it definitely was them. But you know, I've watched so many fucking conspiracy videos on it. I haven't done it recently, but like when I was younger, like when I said about the Illuminati and shit, I was really into that. But right now, I could really give a shit about what conspiracy theories are true, what are not, except for this video, of course. I do think 9/11 was, I mean, yeah, it was a terrorist act. I mean, it really wouldn't make sense, honestly, to have it be an inside job. Like, it really would not make sense whatsoever. Like, you're not accomplishing anything. You know? It would just be pointless. Like, oh, George Bush did it, or whoever the fuck did it, and yeah, all right. I guess he got reelected. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It would just be too weird of a plan to be a total inside job. Like, there's definitely probably some sketchy stuff in it. That's what I believe. Like, it was partially inside job, but mostly it was done by terrorists. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. Number 6, mass shootings like Sandy Hook were false flags. Now, when I was younger, again, like I said about Mark Dice, I would watch Alex Jones too. I was big on these fucking people. I was getting so like enthralled with what they were saying, what they were speaking. And, you know, he definitely, like, he snuck into the Bohemian Grove. Like, give him credit for that. That took a lot of balls. He could have probably got killed for that. And you can barely find it on YouTube. You have to have the link already because you can't search it up. So, yeah, it's some serious shit right there. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Try to find it. I forgot if I have the link saved somewhere, but I've seen it so many times. I think, you know what? I think I actually downloaded it, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, it's some serious shit. If you guys don't know what happens at the Bohemian Grove, it's where all these fucking elites go, and they fucking have this cremation of care. It's a ceremony where they burn a human effigy, and it's just, like, really sketchy there. It's in the California Redwood Forest, and you got to be on, like, a 20-year waiting list to even get in. But George Bush went there. Richard Nixon went there. You know, it's all these fucking popular elitists. And, yeah, so he snuck in there. I don't know how, but he did it. So I will give him credit for that. But he did push the narrative that Sandy Hook was fake. Ozzy. And he definitely paid the price for it. I forgot how much he had to pay, but it was a lot of money for saying that shit. Because the victims' families for Sandy Hook, you know, they were getting tormented by people. They were, like, throwing shit at their houses, saying, like, calling them liars. Oh, I forgot what they were calling them, but it was, like, really distasteful to do that. Because I had a school shooting nearby to where I live, and if people came over to their victims' families and started fucking throwing shit at them, calling them liars, calling them fucking, I don't know, that would just be so evil, you know? And this is elementary school victims. It's not like we're talking about, you know, 9/11, you know? You know, I'm saying you know a lot. There should be a counter of how many times I said it. But no, I think this is 100% false. 100% false flag. But yeah, he definitely paid the price for it. I seriously, I definitely disagree with this even more than the Holocaust theory. So that just shows you how much I really disagree with this. My mom believes in this. I tried convincing her, like, hey, it really happened, right? And I don't think she's listening. I speak in her ear and it goes out the other ear. But yeah, it's kind of disrespectful. Not kind of. It's like really disrespectful to say that, because if you were if you were a family member if your kid died in it and people were saying this shit, like, how would that make you feel? You got to think about that. Or if, not even just a mass shooting like that. Let's say one of your family members gets into a car accident and someone's like, no, they didn't get into a car accident. I wasn't there for it. I didn't see it. Yeah. So just think about that. But yeah, I think that's 100% completely false. Number 7, top Democrats are behind a child sex ring. I'm not Republican or Democrat. All right, here. I'm not trying to get into politics here. This is just this conspiracy theory. I don't give a fuck. You guys really shouldn't bring politics into anything. Because I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, what if there was a video that had two people conversing, having a good time, talking about things they like, things they enjoy, and then a person announces in the background saying, that person is a Republican or that person is a Democrat, and they just start fighting and have no reason to start fighting just because your political party is different. I think it's completely stupid. People argue so much about what party is right. I think it's fucking dumb. I don't even vote. I'm not going to be the reason why a certain person wins, because I don't like any people in politics. I think they all fucking suck. I think they're all liars and greedy bastards, both sides. I don't give a fuck. And if you don't care about that, go fuck yourself. I really don't care. But yeah, now, I don't know, it's not just Democrats that are in this shit. There's Republicans in it for sure, but this is about Pizzagate and shit. I definitely do believe something like that happened, for sure. I don't know if it was that, but there was, I don't know if Pizzagate was actually like in a pizza restaurant or whatever the fuck, a DC pizza place. But I do think clearly with the Epstein list that came out, there is definitely pedo shit coming out. So, yeah, I definitely believe it, but I don't think it's just Democrats. I think Republicans are in it. Anybody that has that high power. So yeah, and I believe it, but I don't know if this specific thing really happened. But I'm gonna say it mostly is true in my opinion. 8, the Earth is actually flat. Go fuck yourself if you actually believe that. 9, COVID-19 as population control. No, I don't think COVID-19 was population control. I think we live in such a digital, social part of our lives that everything is open to us on the internet. We can research anything we want. Open your phone, you find out something you've never known. And then we follow these people that talk out of their fucking ass and start saying shit, and they're like, oh, that's true because I think that happened. Ozzy, shh, wait till I'm done, you motherfucker. I don't think it was population control. I think these fucking idiots in China, what I believe, no, I'm not going to say what I believe because I don't want to say that, but I do think COVID happened purposely. That's why I'll just end it at that part. But I don't think it was population control. I don't believe any of that shit. I think that's just really fucking stupid. Because population control, that's not a fucking problem right now. There's 7 billion people on this planet, or 8 billion now. There's going to be a point where we're going to need to stop. But right now, it's like, no, I don't think population control needs to happen yet. And I don't think it will happen for a while. But yeah, I don't think that happened. I really don't believe that. I think we all fucking got fucked by China. That's what happened. when Trump would say, the Chinese, it was the Wuhan disease, okay? Bah, 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 bah. Oh my God. I don't know if he's gonna be able to be in the debates because you know they're definitely entertaining for sure. Like the debates with him and Biden, and then the ones with him and Hillary were a lot better because they were able to yell at each other. But this America is something, man. America is something. It's exciting though at some points where you could just watch presidents go at it like that, or presidential candidates. But no, I don't think it was population control. Number 10, Area 51 is home to lots of aliens and government secrets. In parentheses, yes, I do believe there's some shit there. Maybe not so much aliens, but I do believe that they are there. But government secrets for sure. I mean, or, you know, it could be a cover up for another area. That's kind of what I feel like. So if like there's actually like an Area 61 or some shit, and it's actually the real place where this shit happens, and Area 51 is just so popularized, they want you guys to believe that. So I'm gonna have to disagree with this then, because I think there's something else, not Area 51. You know. But I do believe in aliens. I do think there's been encounters. And the part that makes me like angry about people is that everyone has this vision of aliens, and they all think they're fucking gray monsters, gray small monsters with small bodies, and they have these big black eyes. Like, I feel like the aliens that would come here would be something we can't even comprehend. You know, that's just like, I don't know. I could picture what I picture as an alien coming here would be like if you zoomed in, Ozzy! I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna keep that mouse up there because he's gonna keep playing with that. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So if you had a microscope and you looked in at some bacteria, what you would see, I feel like something like that, but like the size of whatever, like even the size of a human would be here. That's how I picture aliens. That because it is so popularized to think that they're gray or green or whatever. They got the big black eyes, just the huge pupils. But yeah, I do think they're out there though, and I mean there's documented encounters, and they did that shit over the summer or whatever that happened, where they took out that mummified version of one. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. It looks kind of stupid, but maybe that makes it true because it looks stupid. It just looked like a prop to me. But I do think there's aliens out there. I just don't know if that one was specifically one. But in my opinion, I don't think that was one. But I think there are other encounters, and there's other shit that people don't talk about. I'm really into like learning about the Men in Black, the black-eyed children. Like those are fucking aliens, right? I believe in that shit. I do believe there's encounters. Now the ones that are on the internet, who knows? They could be very fabricated, probably are. But I recommend the channel Bedtime Stories. They did a good video on it, and that's where I learned when I first learned about them. And yeah, Men in Black are pretty interesting topic. I don't know if cryptids could be aliens too. I really don't know. I do believe in some cryptids too. I don't know about Bigfoot or anything, but I did visit Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and went to the Mothman Museum, had food out there, and I went out to the woods where the Mothman was spotted. And let me tell you, it felt like there was something there. If you go there, especially now, it is quiet. Like, you could drop a pin on the grass and you would hear it. That's how fucking quiet it is. It was peaceful, but it was very eerie at the same time. I really recommend you guys going there. It's pretty fucking awesome. They have bomb shelters too that you can go in, really loud. I dropped a fucking rock in it and it made a huge noise. It echoed, reverbed all over, and it was just awesome. I walked in like 6 of them because they're all lined up, one after another. Like they're probably like 0.1 miles separated by each other from what I remember. I'm not sure, but God, what was that forest area called? start with the M, I think. Yeah, they got that bridge collapse and everything. Pleasant. Is it Mick something? Mick Nature Reserve. It's something like, hold on. Nature Reserve. McClintock, that's what it is. Yeah, McClintock. That's where I went. I went there. I recommend it if you're close. I think it's on the border of Ohio and West Virginia in the one area. I mean, it borders it pretty much, half the state. But yeah, I recommend going there. Even if you're not close, it's very interesting. I went when there was nobody down there. Like, I was wearing a fucking cowboy hat. I was doing all this fucking shit, and nice people down there, but you could tell it's pretty fucking cool. They had a post office down there. I thought it'd be pretty cool to work there. I saw a mailman. I waved to her. I said, "Hi, how you doing?" And she was like, she was wearing jeans, so she's a new carrier because she didn't have postal pants. And they also have an area where they have, because George Washington was there. They had a whole mural by the river and shit. Yeah, so go there if you're interested. But yeah, I do believe in this. I do think there's aliens and government secrets, but like I said, not at where they say it's at. All right, this is the last one on here. There's a hidden chamber filled with government secrets behind Mount Rushmore. I've always wanted to go to Mount Rushmore. I've always thought it was pretty interesting. There's it's a really cool design they have on there. What made them pick all the presidents? Why didn't they put fucking, I don't know, a leaf on there? I don't know. But you know what? I tend to believe that shit along with the pyramids of Giza. I think there's shit in there that they hide, but I think that's not about government. That's just about like extraterrestrial shit. So yeah, I think that's there. But let's see, what is this? What does this say? It's a fact that there's a small room inside the monument situated behind Abraham Lincoln's head. The monument sculptor Gutzon Borglum created an 18-foot door that leads into a 74-foot long, 35-foot tall room. The main intention was to house important American documents like the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and serve as a shrine of sorts, considered as an attempted artist's statement. Yeah. I think that would be, honestly, it would be a really great spot for all that shit, like, because who's going to get up there, Drone's not going to get up there. Well, I don't know. I've never been back there, so I can't really say, but if there's an opening, I'm sure maybe, but I feel like they'd be blocking that shit. And if there is people in there, if this theory is true, then that drone would probably get fucking destroyed. What was envisioned as a massive 800-foot staircase leading from the front of the monument into what meant to be the Gilded Hall of Records is now a much emptier version of Borglum's dream. In fact, it serves as a memorial to the sculptor himself. After the budget for the monument was cut in 1939, a year after ground was broken, progress in the chamber stopped. Borglum passed away 7 months later, leaving a mysterious hole that has since been a topic of conversation for those intrigued by historical conspiracy theories. In 1998, generations of Borglum's family gathered to pay respects to the artist. The group placed a set of 16 porcelain panels in the room, each inscribed with words from the very documents he had helped to house in the space. The items were laid to rest underground in a teak wood box, and the burial site was topped with a granite capstone embellished with a quote from Borglum. As you can imagine, where there is a room with no easy entry and storied past, there is doubt. Some believe that this is one of the many government conspiracy theories and that the visitor prohibited space is used to hide secret files. Honestly, it probably is true. This is one of those Princess Diana ones where I'm like, I know the vagueness of it. Like, I've heard about it. I've went surface level on it, but I haven't really looked into it too much. But from reading that, it could be true. But hey, that's probably why I think it could be true, because I only know the vagueness of it. But yeah. So that could be true. It could be. I feel like that's 50-50 for me. It would be a good spot. I mean, that would actually make sense to do. There's some shit on here that does not make fucking sense at all. But yeah, I feel like that could be actually beneficial. Like that could be something that could be used good. You know, it's perfect. But yeah, that was my government conspiracies or regular conspiracy, whatever the fuck. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. You know.